We are back with another transfer reaction, and this time it is Arsenal, a team which has had a really slow start in this transfer window. They have made 2 signings in the space of 24 hours. Nørgaard from Brentford and Kepa Arrizabalaga from Chelsea. And I'm asking myself, what is the position of Mikel Arteta in all these signings? What position does Mikel Arteta hold in facilitating signings that come to Arsenal? Because I've been viewing the Arsenal signings in the past like 2 windows or 3 windows, and they are not making any sense. They are not making any sense. Arsenal are there. They are at the finishing line. What they have to do, it is just to go across that line and Arsenal become one of the best teams in the world, not just in playing football, but also start winning silverware. That is the thing that they seem to always miss. Getting over the finishing line and winning trophies. And the signings they are making, man, I'll be real, man, these signings, they are not those signings that help Arsenal to get over that finishing line. You look at their signings in the past 3 years, Mikel Merino, and it's almost like every window Arsenal go out and sign a goalkeeper. They send Ramsdale, they send David Raya, they had what? They had Neto, they had a young keeper from France, now they have Kepa Arrizabalaga. Mikel Arteta, in all the 6 years at Arsenal, it is like every window he's signing a goalkeeper. The latest being Kepa Arrizabalaga from Chelsea. And again, what is the obsession of Arsenal signing Chelsea players? What is that obsession? Because I think this is supposed to be a rivalry, man. And there's no way this is a rivalry. And every time you see Arsenal signing players from Chelsea who are basically rejects, that is how I'm going to put it. These are bums from Chelsea. You see them signing the likes of who? They signed David Luiz from Chelsea. This guy was basically a reject from that team. They signed Willian. That guy was a reject. They also signed who? Jorginho. They signed Kai Havertz. What is this obsession of Mikel Arteta signing Chelsea players, man? And it is not like he's signing these Chelsea players on their best. No. Kepa Arrizabalaga is the most expensive keeper of that transfer from La Liga coming to Chelsea. But at Chelsea, it did not work out. He was always on the wrong side with managers like Maurizio Sarri. Now Mikel Arteta has brought him to this team as a backup. I understand that as a backup, but look, this is not a rival. Don't go to your rival club and say they're bums, then all of a sudden you say it's rival. Arsenal, you always say that you're the biggest club in London, and your rivals to that opinion, it is Chelsea, who always say that the biggest club in London. So there's no point of you going to say players who did not work out in your rival team and then you say, nah, that is not how this rivalry should be going. And coming to our signings, man, Nørgaard from Brentford. And before I say anything, I want you to hear this. I rate Nørgaard. Nørgaard is a good player, but I don't think in any way this guy will be an upgrade to Thomas Partey. I'm sorry, Arsenal fans. I don't think Nørgaard will be an upgrade to Thomas Partey. That is how I feel. I know he's coming in as a squad player to increase the depth because Thomas Partey is leaving, Jorginho left the club, and it is making sense adding a player in that midfield so that you can have a lot of legs. But these talks that I'm hearing that Nørgaard is there to replace Thomas Partey, man, I don't think this guy will reach the levels of Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey, he had his issues with Arsenal. He had all those issues, off the pitch issues, but look, Thomas Partey is a bowler, and the midfield 3 for Arsenal that I'm expecting to see next season, it definitely will be Declan Rice, Zubimendi and Martin Odegaard. That will be the midfield 3 for Arsenal next season, and hopefully if they get a striker, he will be top there. Kai Havertz and Gabriel Jesus might come back, and I think Kai Havertz should add that depth to that number 10 position because that is the original number. That is the number that he was playing at Bayer Leverkusen before Chelsea brought him to the Premier League. Coming back to Nørgaard, he's a good squad player. It is a very good move, especially for the money that I've gotten. But again, I don't think those are the type of players that Arsenal should be going for. Guys, you are almost there. Just cross the finishing line and you become one of the biggest clubs in the world in terms of winning silverware. I think the way Mikel Arteta and those bosses at Arsenal, the Kroenkes, the way they are approaching this transfer window, it is not good at all, man. I think Mikel Arteta should have gotten into this transfer window with names. Look, guys, we are almost there. We are almost there. We just have to cross the finishing line and win this silverware. Look, I want these certain types of players. We've always gone there. We have signing mid players, the special of Mikel Merino from Real Sociedad. We have always sent this mid player, but look now, give me Rodrigo, give me Barella, give me one of the best midfielders to replace Thomas Partey, give me Nico Williams. I know he's going to Barcelona, but let's show Barcelona that we're also a big club and we can fight with them in the transfer window. Give him the best players in the world, even in their centre back. They only have one centre back on the bench, Gabriel Mejales and Saliba when they're on the pitch. The only guy on the bench who can play as a centre back, it is Jakub Kiwior. Give me another centre back who has the potential of becoming one of the best centre backs in the world. But going around and signing a Chelsea keeper who is almost a reject at Chelsea, and Christian Nørgaard, who is 31 years old and is a good squad player, but I don't think these signings are there to get Arsenal over the line. And I'll be real, these signings are not getting Arsenal over the line. I know it is too early in the transfer window to judge that. It is very early. Maybe they can make blockbuster signings toward the end of the window, but I'm not seeing it happening. So, Kroenke, Mikel Arteta, you have to give this to your fans. Give them the taste of silverware, man. These guys have been around here supporting you and running and about, but when it comes to that finishing line, crossing and winning that silverware, you are not winning it, man. And Arsenal, this habit of going around and signing these Chelsea bumps, it is not good, man, because you look at the way Manchester City approached this transfer window, man, that is very good business from Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola, so look, we finished third in the Premier League. That is not very bad considering teams like Manchester United and Tottenham finished 15th and the other one finished 17th. So the way we have to approach this transfer window, we have to go there focused and make sure we get players who will take us back at the top of the Premier League table. And you look at Arsenal, the signings they are making, there are no signings that can get them those trophies. They are not signings that can get them over the line. But you are here to see that maybe they are planning something, maybe they are cooking something that we don't know as football fans in general. Maybe Arsenal fans, you are seeing something that I'm not seeing. So let me know in the comment section your thoughts about this signing, Christian Nørgaard, Kepa, Arrizabalaga, because these are signings that if you are told an Arsenal fan, look, we are signing Nørgaard and Kepa, they could have at least slapped you, telling you, we don't need those signings at the moment. We need signings who can get us over the line and win these things. We need signings who last time we in the Champions League semi-finals, we were knocked out by PSG. We want signings when next year we meet PSG in those Champions League semi-finals, they can get us over the line and get us to the final and win the Champions League. We need players who can win us the Premier League. We need players who can at least get us the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup. That is what an Arsenal fan could have told you. Today waking up and say that they've signed Nørgaard and Kepa, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to leave a like and a subscription. Peace.